Oh, you didn't know that? No. It's always on.
They've been hearing me do that every time.
Yeah. Oh, I thought you knew that.
I can live with that.
That makes it even cuter, Tasteless.
No.
Oh.
No. Over here in the red.
Slayer's Boxer.
Who cares, Boxer?
No, Slayer's Boxer, amazing player. Losing that first game, though.
Up here in the blue, doing a great Thor rush. Defeating Slayer's Boxer.
Polt Prime win.
Can he do it again, though? Pretty gutsy to do a rush strategy like that in your first game, especially when your opponent's supposed to be better than you.
Yeah,
it's going to put you in a very bad place mentally.
Slayer's Boxer is already code S,
yeah.
So this guy is a top player, no doubt about it. And interesting, he's going to wall in super quick by making the depot down there. He can also make the barracks, and it's like the quickest wall in you can get with Terran.
Yeah, we've seen this more and more. Sorry. In this game, a lot of players won at the bottom of the ramp because you can do it with 2 structures instead of 3, here, and here.
Yeah, that's basically in this matchup that's going to be just to stop him from scouting what Slayer's Boxer is doing. This could mean all sorts of things. It's going to be very hard for Polt Prime to actually figure it out, though.
Now, one thing you got to be careful about, it doesn't matter so much in Terran vs. Terran because it's mostly range units, but melee attacking units are going to have a lot more surface area to hit.
Yes.
So you want to be careful if you're new to the game and trying to figure out the strategy.
Also,
you don't always want to do this. For instance, if you do this against a Zerg, and it's surrounded by Zerglings, or it's
very
easy
true
for the Banelings to hit.
And even in this matchup, it matters, I guess, a little bit. If they come with a Marine Hellion timing and your Marines are behind there, then you actually can't even get out because you'll be in a little funnel where that Hellion's going to just destroy you. So, if he wants to be outside of that area, he's going to have to make a bunker, most likely.
But if you do see this, you can usually tell your opponent's probably going to fast expand or tech.
Yeah, most likely.
But you can fake stuff, actually. That's true as well.
Absolutely. We see that no gas hit, so it looks like it's going to be a command center. Going to expand very quickly.
Right as he chases the SCV out.
No way to really tell, though. He's always going to have that question in his mind. What is this?
Yeah, as you can see, he doesn't have vision of this expansion. Polt Prime in the dark now.
Now, Polt Prime is getting his second gas, along with a reactor.
Reactor, it's an interesting choice.
I am so waiting on a factory from Polt Prime because he's getting 2 gas.
I am so waiting, too.
I cannot wait, Tasteless. I am brimming with anticipation of a factory.
There it is.
Yay!
By the way, special thanks to, oh, wow, massive amount of barracks.
This looks like a fake Boxer build, a Marine King Prime build.
Yeah, it does. It looks almost identical to it. I like it. Slayer's Boxer learning from Boxer.
Wouldn't it be interesting if Slayer's Boxer changed his name to Marine Emperor?
Whoa.
Slayer's Marine Emperor.
That would be quite interesting.
Just copies everything about him.
And I want to say special thanks to all of our Korean viewers for tuning in.
Yeah.
I know some of you guys are trying to learn English. So, your word of the day is jobber.
Jobber?
Jobber.
Oh, that's a good word.
It's a wrestling term. The wrestler who's there to lose to make the other guy look better is a jobber. I learned that from DJ Wheat.
Yeah.
In this case,
I love calling people jobbers.
Yeah, jobber, it's a great word. In this case, Slayer's Boxer may make Polt Prime look like a jobber.
Maybe he will.
Use it 3 times. Back to the game. Tech Lab on the way. Siege Tank. Now, I got to point out again, he is actually not stopping with the barracks.
Yeah, he's actually just going to make a trillion billion Marines and attack, I believe. He's got those mules going and whatnot. Whatever attack comes out of Polt Prime, he's going to be overwhelmed, kind of, He's going to have to turn around and run from a ridiculous amount of Marines.
SCV doing a little bit of scouting here. Now, note, this is... Oh, I was going to point something out. He has more in the front than in the back. Using the vision, he only sees 4 Marines. Oh.
I think, yeah, he's seen maybe a couple behind them, but still, that isn't a giveaway, really, as to what's going on.
Initially, he had the 4 position here and the rest of them back here, so he was actually hiding it. But now, the rush is on.
Yep, and he's probably going to want to break down the other bricks while he waits for more Marines to come.
But he's not.
Because right now, Polt Prime has enough to hold off this initial group, and if you lose the initial group, that is very troublesome. You really need to hit a huge mass. And if he lands those Vikings, brings a couple SCVs out, he's going to be completely fine taking this out. Lands the Vikings very late, and
that
Boxer...
Viking landing there, by the way. He landed it in range of the Marines.
Yeah, that was kind of a mistake there by Polt, I would say, definitely. Losing both Vikings, in fact. Really, when you see that many Marines coming, just land the Vikings and attack all at once, bring a couple of SCVs to repair, and those Marines would have done a lot less damage. But still, Polt Prime looking quite safe so far.
He is not giving up on the barracks, by the way.
No.
He's going to get a bunch of add-ons here soon.
He's committed, Tasteless.
Well, this actually could be a pretty good build, to be honest.
Yeah. I mean, his economy's
to a lot of tech labs.
Yeah. If we look at the actual unit counting station, 37 SCVs against 27 of Polt Primes, 19 Marines against 3 Siege Tanks and 5 Marines. And if you engage correctly, those 19 Marines are going to do one hell of a job against this little army of Polt Prime. Now, we do have siege mode coming, so it's going to be a pretty important thing.
Oh, God, this is going to be ugly.
So
he's out of position. He's not going to have time to get in siege mode.
Oh, man. Does not want to lose these siege tanks. That would be a travesty if he loses that one.
10 HP.
Oh, no.
Oh.
And the Marines are just so fast, Tasteless. They are catching him.
He actually could run him over right now. He's going to bring out the SCVs, try to get in the way.
Man.
Oh,
Slayer's Boxer. He's got some, well, there's some medevacs for Polt Prime to help out those SCVs.
To give them another millisecond to live before Slayer's Boxer shoots him down.
Trying to save him. And Slayer's Boxer targeting some medevacs here. But it does look like Polt Prime will hold.
Nice, taking out even that SCV over there to delay the expansion. Uh-oh.
Ooh, man. Now that Marauders are joining the fight, Tasteless.
This could be it.
Yeah, this is going to be pretty wild. Stim is on the way. We do see it is going to finish up pretty soon. And once he gets Stim, I don't know if Polt Prime's going to be able to hold this. He just doesn't have a lot of units, and especially with Slayer's Boxer attacking back up here, it's going to be hard to spread your siege tanks out enough to actually deal with this. Look at how many Marauders are being made. Oh my god. I feel like Slayer's Boxer has really got a huge upper hand here.
You know, I got to say, I thought this build was not going to transition well into a late game situation. I was totally wrong. It's actually very good. It's seriously just such a solid build.
Yeah. And here we go. Beautiful, using that tall grass to his advantage. Slayer's Boxer does a lot of damage to that little group. And that was so important to get the hit points down on those.
Yeah, Polt Prime definitely damaged him pretty hard there. Marines and Marauders grouping up, though, and he could actually attack this region over here.
Yeah, and in fact, Slayer's Boxer are going to scan, see where there are no units. And Polt Prime is in completely the wrong area.
Polt Prime going to come up from behind. All right, here come the siege tanks. They're sieging up just outside. And he spots
there we go, Slayer's Boxer, he's spreading. And using those Marauders to take out the siege tanks. Polt Prime going to be definitely dead here. GG. And it is 1-1. The Emperor, he is not out, Tasteless.
He is not giving up his throne just yet.
That's right. Third game coming up. Polt Prime is like, whoa, that was a lot of units.
That was an interesting game, an interesting strategy there by Slayer's Boxer. And, yeah, I am pretty impressed. He is just solid. It's nice to see both these guys doing a lot of different builds. I'm curious to see how Polt Prime's late game is when, you know, there's no rushing on either side involved.
Yeah.
We have a pretty good idea of how Slayer's Boxer is doing because he's played a lot of TVTs.
Yeah.
For StarCraft 2. But
the last late game TVT we've seen Polt Prime, and he actually did lose.
Yeah.
So he kind of fell apart a little bit later into the game. Much stronger in the early game build orders and whatnot. We'll have to see, though. You know, it's been a while since that, so certainly everyone's been improving. Polt Prime, of course, here he is, already taking a game off the Emperor. Very good player.
You know, one thing about Polt Prime I've noticed is that he usually wins with really good timing attacks. Whether it's like that Marine Banshee stuff.
Absolutely.
In the first GSL or, you know, the Thor Rush in this one. He definitely is good at just making a one-base move and then using his micro to win.
Yeah.
And we're going to see. I have no idea who's going to win. Polt Prime is clearly good enough to do it. It'll depend on the strategies and their execution. So the countdown's begun. Get ready for some TVT action. Our final game of the day. Will the Emperor make it through? Will Polt Prime pull an upset?